We had guys like Kirk Hinrich, Brad Miller. Chris Paul reflects on why the 2016 USA project failed. The period between 2002 and 2006 was very likely the darkest in the era of USA basketball. In 3 straight tournaments, they failed to win gold. In 2004, for the first time since professionals were allowed to compete, they failed to win an Olympic gold medal. They lost 3 games that summer, a record that still stands to this day, and at the same Athens Olympics, they also suffered a 19-point loss to Puerto Rico, the largest in Team USA history. The failed project with Larry Brown as head coach led to the appointment of one of the biggest names in college basketball, Mike Krzyzewski, a man who had been on the staff of the 1992 Dream Team and knew what it would take to get USA basketball back on track. Still, the 2006 FIBA World Cup in Tokyo didn't bring the most prominent stars, as Kobe Bryant once again couldn't play due to injury, which meant young and upcoming players would fight for roster spots. Among them was Chris Paul, who recalled the tryouts. "We really had tryouts," Paul said. "Like, you think about it, you get to the highest point of your professional career, the NBA, and we had tryouts for the USA team. I remember diving on the floor against Luke Ridnour and stuff like that." So when you think back like that, it puts it all in perspective. Jerry Colangelo, as team managing director, had been steering USA basketball toward younger and emerging stars for years, and Krzyzewski was handed a roster loaded with talent. However, it also came with a lot of media pressure. LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade, after failure in 2004, were back again, joined by Dwight Howard and Paul. They were all future Hall of Famers, but the rest of the roster was nowhere near their level, as CP3 summed up the talent gap in 2 sentences. "A lot of people probably couldn't even name that team if you wanted to," Paul said. "We had guys like Kirk Hinrich, Elton Brand, Brad Miller." Although Paul had just finished his rookie season, he immediately showed he was ready for the challenges of Team USA. Wade came in as the NBA Finals MVP and the man who brought the first title in Miami Heat history. Anthony and James had already established themselves as superstars, and although all of them statistically had very good tournaments, the rest of the team simply couldn't keep up. Their 8-1 record demonstrates their overall strength, but ultimately, they had to settle for bronze after falling to 95 in the semifinals. Vasilis Spanoulis, the best European player outside the NBA at the time, led the Greeks with 22 points in an unstoppable performance. It was another shock for the media and fans, as they were heavy favorites to go all the way. That wasn't just a regular loss, as Anthony explained how their loss to Greece changed the NBA in the upcoming years. "Listen, in 2006, Greece, beating us in Japan, that changed the game. It changed the way pick-and-roll was played in the NBA. The way Greece orchestrated the pick-and-roll against us right there, they beat us with one play. This was when guards were able to come off a pick, rescreen, come back off a pick. You're in a pickle after that. You think you set, then another one comes. So now, you gotta chase back or go under." That moment, that game changed the way pick-and-rolls are run in the NBA, Melo said on his 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast. The truth was, despite all their talent, Team USA was not tactically prepared for that game. From that point on, USA basketball began building rosters stacked with superstars, unlike 2006, when the roster was full of young stars and role players without proven veteran help. That tournament marked a second straight disappointment for LeBron, Carmelo, and D-Wade. But after that, together with Chris, they finally welcomed Kobe in 2008 and formed the Redeem Team, the squad that restored USA basketball's pride and saved their legacy. Without that Olympic gold, their careers would have been seriously questioned in terms of their performance and success on the international stage. This story was originally reported by Basketball Network on October 5, 2025, where it first appeared in the international section. Add Basketball Network as a preferred source by clicking here.